Welcome to the Home Brew Crew. I'm Tony. This is Sean. And today we're going to be going over a new class on D&D Beyond that tickled our fancy, I think. And it's not just one person.
No, it's actually two. And we were perusing over D&D Beyond in the Home Brew classes, and it's been a while. You know, a lot of the time that list will be stagnant.
Yeah.
So you're going to see a lot of the same classes come up. Oh, I know that one. I know that one. It's been 5th place for like a month now. We went a little further down and we saw this class, and it stands out very clearly because not only is it a long title, it's a weird one. It was the 2 goblins in a trench coat, and it's not the start of a bad joke.
No, it's actually the start of a really good class. We thought it was a lot of fun, and it's pretty simple. It's pretty quick.
But this is a subclass of the rogue for starters. And, right out of the bat, I do want to say, even though it says 2 goblins in a trench coat, you actually don't have to pick the goblin race.
Goblins, right.
And they kind of cover this and explain it in the class itself. But essentially, right when you start off at level 3, when you can first pick it, you have advantage on sleight of hand checks. It's the too many hands skill, which makes sense, you know.
Well, you got 4.
2 guys, yeah, you have super
Tiny,
advantage if you have that many hands going.
Yeah.
But then the other thing you get, which is kind of probably the best feature of this class, is the panic feature. So whenever you take damage, you can use a reaction to split into 2 different goblins. And I can't get over it because it makes me laugh just imagining these 2 goblins coming out of... I mean, and again, it's called 2 goblins in a trench coat, but let's say you're a fighter wearing some plate armor. That plate armor is falling to the ground as you're kind of splitting.
It just splits. Your legs go one direction and your torso goes the other direction.
Right, and so they're going to go off in 2 different directions. It lets you use disengage since you're kind of already being able to get away there. And then both of the goblins can move half of their movement. So if, like, let's say your movement's 30, you can move 15 this guy, 15 the other one.
Yeah.
And then since they're split in half now each one has half of your health points.
Now, the cool thing about that, too, is you're thinking, oh, well, this guy has advantage now. He's got 2 people and all that. And you're right, because you can technically use your other half. I don't know if it's the better half, but it is your other half. You can use your other half to get advantage to do that. I want to say backstabbing with it, but it's not backstabbing. But you can do that for your sneak attack, which is pretty awesome. But there is a drawback. There's definitely a drawback to it, and that's the fact that you can't regain hit points until you use an action to rejoin.
Yeah. So your healer can't come in to heal you. You can't do anything like that. But I think the major thing is just, kind of utilizing that sneak attack feature, because specifically it does state that, you don't have to have advantage on the attack. If an ally is within 5 feet of the thing you're attacking, you get it. And a lot of time you're going to have this party that's not going to work with you. Well, then screw it. Have half of you go give yourself a sneak attack, and there you go.
Yeah, I think it's a great way to play with it. As you continue further in the class, you do get all your roguish things that you normally get, your sneak attacks and all these different stuff. But at level 9... you're now in this nice trench coat and everything else, and you get the ability to cut some eye holes, to which you now have advantage on all perception and investigation checks, and you can use your goblin dark vision if the race you didn't pick at the beginning that you're pretending to be doesn't have better than 60 feet of the dark vision. You can also be surprised, which makes a lot of sense because you've got eye holes looking out.
Right, yeah.
Different stuff.
Exactly. I think it kind of fits well with the class. But I think an important thing to note, and it's kind of mentioned here finally at this point of the class, is that they say that if the race that you were posing as... So it's important to note that you don't have to pick the goblin race. You can be any race, and apparently you're part changeling because you're still 2 goblins.
Right.
But you can pick any race, and this works.
Yeah, and it's hilarious. That's the thing that I love about this class is that the first thing that we saw in this, it just made us laugh right away. And I think it's going to be a great, crazy thing to add to any campaign.
Yeah.
Now, when we get to level 13, there's a little bit of a confusion on it, but we did figure it out when you add this class to your D&D Beyond account with that. If you click to add it to your account, you then get to see these options. Bickering at level 13, you goblins have grown different enough that they have learned new skills.
And that's what it says in the initial
Right. That's all
document.
you read.
But when we built a character with this class, essentially it gives you proficiency in 2 more skills and another set of tools, which is cool. I would have maybe just mentioned that in the actual class itself, little detail, but otherwise, again, not a big deal.
Yeah, and then as the last thing on there is gotcha. And that's the thing that we're it's level 17. This is normally when each class gets their big, powerful move and what have you. And that one is... I'm sorry, I can't read it from here. Go ahead.
Yeah, so when you attack a creature, it has to make a wisdom saving throw versus 10 plus your charisma. Unless you have expertise in performance or deception, then the DC would be 8 plus charisma plus proficiency. So basically, when you attack, they have to make this throw. If they fail, you have advantage on the target, so then you can roll with advantage on the attack. Even if they succeed, the creature perceives your nature and has disadvantage to hitting you the next round. So either way, you're either going to have advantage in this attack,
or they're going to have the disadvantage.
Yeah, so it's basically a win-win. I don't think there's actually like a cooldown on that either, so I think you can kind of just do that once per turn, I guess, from what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, it doesn't really have a cooldown or anything with it.
Yeah, actually, it says when you attempt it. I mean, you're a rogue, so hopefully you're only going to have that one attack unless you multi-class into something dirty. But you're probably going to only have the one attack, so that makes sense.
Absolutely,
that makes sense.
I think it's pretty cool.
But otherwise, besides the fact that the class is fairly well balanced, I didn't have any issues with it really. I think a lot of the features are totally fine. I just think it's just hilarious, and it's probably one of the best classes I've probably read on this website so far.
I can't wait to throw a couple goblins in my campaign.
Yeah.
But definitely, and we looked that up. It is Zokin44, if you guys are interested. It is currently number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th in the line of D&D Beyond's most popular. We sort that by the highest number of points as well that people have ordered. But it's an awesome class. I'm glad we had a chance to review it. Thank you, Zokin, for posting that for us. We'd be... anything else you want to post, we'd love to see.
Yeah,
maybe
send it
2
over.
Dwarfs in a dress. Who knows?
Yeah,
I'd pay to see that. We do. But you know what? These things are the things that make home brewing fun, and this is what it's all about. So, until next time, keep brewing.